Now some new information on an Arizona's family investigation involving a mid-air collision between a fighter jet and an unmanned aerial drone.
It happened last year over the desert southwest of Phoenix. Every expert we talked with said this could have been catastrophic. And our chief investigator, Morgan Lowe, here with an update tonight. You now have the incident report from the Department of Defense.
Yeah, we filed a records request with the DoD back in February when we first reported about the number of fighter pilots who were spotting drones really high in the sky and in some cases in restricted airspace. But this incident in particular wasn't just a pilot spotting a drone, it was a collision. And this report reveals new details about this mid-air mishap.
It happened in the skies over the Barry M. Goldwater Range on January 19, 2023. And this incident report offers the most detailed account yet of what happened that day when an F-16 fighter jet collided with an aerial drone. It was a 4-ship formation of F-16s. The mishap aircraft was flying at 1,745 feet above ground level. The pilot saw a mostly white and orange object collide with the port side of the canopy and initially thought it was a bird. The pilot did a battle damage check, but saw no damage on the aircraft. The pilot then flew straight back to Tucson and landed. An inspection of the jet showed no damage. This was one of 3 drone incursions that occurred over a 3-month period over the Goldwater Range, which is restricted airspace and off limits to people on the ground. The investigation conclusions were redacted from the report, as well as the recommendations.
We still do not know who was flying the drones and any of those drones in those incidents. The DoD will not comment on that. And although these incursions were reported to the Pima and Maricopa County Sheriff's offices, there's no record of any investigation beginning because of that.
It's so bizarre. You reached out to some fighter pilots, didn't you?
Yeah, we talked to 3 current and former F-16 pilots about this. They said this is a serious situation, and that collision could have brought that jet down.
And as far as, the mystery continues, we don't know who's flying these drones, but it's likely not one of us down there trying to get nice desert scenery shots or anything. You said in your prior reporting the drones they believe are coming up from Mexico, but that doesn't answer the question if they're from a cartel or from a foreign spy agency.
Yeah, and they're not sure these drones are coming up from Mexico because they're so high. One of the former pilots that I spoke to said there's a lot of information a spy drone could gather about the advanced fighters that fly over the Goldwater Range, those F-35s. In addition to what those drones see, they could gather intelligence about the frequencies the jets use to communicate, as well as their radar and other surveillance jamming technologies. So we know that there are things happening on the Goldwater Range that adversarial countries want to know about. Whether these drones are evidence that that's happening, we just don't know.
Interesting report from the Pentagon, even though so much of it was
Blacked
redacted.
out.
We'd love
Completely.
to know what else is in there. Morgan, thanks for that update.